Yes, they can later.
Okay, let's start then. Right, we have a short presentation for you all. So it's a bit of a content. Now, some of you might know this already, some of you may not. But it's basically stuff that me and Jonathan has taken away, you know, what we've learned throughout our life and what we're applying, taught by other professionals such as Tony Robbins. And so these are contents that we've put together in a short summary presentation for you guys to take away, really just on the subject of problems and how to tackle with them. So so basically, like the title says, life's core problem. What is stopping you from achieving the life you want? If you move on to the next screen, Jonathan. Basically, at the end of the day, is what we tell ourselves. It's our story. So the only thing that is stopping us, the only thing that is stopping you is yourself. Whether it's fear of rejection, whether it's fear of failure, it's all fear. Everything is just your story. And the story they come in different forms. They come in reasons. You have your own reasons for not doing what you need to be doing. You have excuses for saying, you know, I don't have the right people around me, or justifications. You say, oh, I can't do this because I'm not that kind of a person. It's just not me. You know, these are just your stories. These are your beliefs. These are your limiting beliefs in life. And the only thing that is stopping you is your story, is what you believe in. So, you move on to the next presentation slide, Jonah. So, in summary, how you can achieve what you want in life is, it comes down to 4 things. This is what me and Jonathan came up with. It really just comes down to 4 main things. And if you have pen and paper, it would be a good time to take notes down. Or otherwise, we can also send this presentation to you later on. But really, it comes down to 4 main things. The reason why people have problems is because, number one, they don't know what their problem is. Most people don't even know what their problem really is. They can't identify the problem. So the first thing is to identify your own problems. What is it exactly that's making you upset? That's upsetting you and making you unhappy in life. And the next thing, the next reason is simply because we're not aware. We're either not aware of what's possible, or we're not aware of the problems. That's, you know, a problem is actually a problem. So we did speak a bit about awareness just a moment ago. I only became aware when I watched the film The Secret. I wasn't even aware about the law of attraction. So awareness is important. And the reason why we have limits and beliefs also, and the reason why we have problems, is because we have a different meaning for them. So, for example, if Jonathan might see, or I might see, not having enough money is a problem, but Jonathan will tell me that's not true. You know, money is never a problem. It's what you do at the end of the day. It's how creative you are. And so it's a different meaning. When you give a different meaning to something, you become bigger than that problem. And the fourth and last thing is, most of us don't know what our purpose in life is. And I was one of those guys up to the age of 25. I didn't know what my purpose in life is, and I was really lost. Which is why I wrote the first blog in our on our website, why people get lost in life. If you haven't read that yet, feel free to read it. Jonathan, you could post. Oh no, I'll put the link up there. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, there are many people out there who don't have a purpose in life, and that is pretty sad, really. So I'll post the link up on, if you haven't read it. Limit. And if Jonathan can move to the next slide. That's the link. I've just posted it up. Tony Robbins said, life will pay whatever price you ask for. So if you want more money, for example, if what you want is money, if I say, what do you want in life? And you say to me, I want more money, fine. You know what? That's not hard. I'll just give you $1 and I'll tell you to get out. I'll just give you £1. That's more money to you. But the problem is, we might know what we want in life, but we're not being specific enough. We're too generic. So if we say, oh, I just want more money, well, how much more money do you want? Because if you don't know how much money you want, your brain doesn't know how to get there. You can say, I want more money, and someone give you £1. That is more money. You are getting what you want in life. Life will always pay you whatever price you ask for, but you have to be clear. Clarity is power. You have to be very crystal clear in what you want in life, because once you do that, your brain will be able to function properly and create a plan to get there. And if you don't, you will not know if you do not know exactly what it is you want in life, and I mean exactly, you will not know how to get there. And so clarity is power, and you need to know exactly what it is in life you want. You can't just say, I want more money, I want my kids to be happy, I want to be loved. You know, you're always being loved. You just might not be, you might not be loved by the person you want to be, but you're definitely being loved by someone else, and your family member. You know, everything we want in life is happening right now. It's just that we're not aware of how specific we are. That is the key. So, and at the end of the day, if you want to get what you want in life, you need to turn your should into must. So let's say if I keep saying to myself a year ago, I should write my book, I should write my book, until I turned it into a must. I didn't write it, and then when I said I must write my book, then I kept writing every day. I just kept writing, and that was it. And Nina, I know you're having a little bit of problem there, because you're still saying you should write your book, but you need to start writing your book. You need to turn it into a must. So every day you must turn it into a task that you must do. Thanks, Jonah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and so if we move on to talking about problems now, really, if you think about, if you can look at the presentation, I drew a diagram for you, and this came from Tony Robbins, by the way. I didn't come up with this. This was content I stole from Tony Robbins. If you think of yourself as the X is you, and that circle that you see is basically your comfort zone or your ability, your circle of influence. That is what your limitation is. And then a problem only exists. It only becomes a problem when it's outside your ability, your ability to tackle that problem. When it's outside your comfort zone. So it could be a skill set. So for example, I didn't know how to build a website. That is a problem for me. Thank God I have Jonathan, so he's the technical guy for me. I just come up with an idea. I need a website done. Jonathan does it for me. But let's say I wanted to learn how to. Let's say if I didn't have Jonathan, what can I do? Well, the only thing I can do is learn. Successful people don't say, "Oh, that's a big problem for me. I can't do it." Well, a successful person would say, "That's a problem. So how can I tackle that problem? What can I do? So if I can't do something, how can I learn to do it?" It's all about learning at the end of the day. Like Martin said before, there's only winners and there's only learners. That is an excellent quote. In fact, there is no winners or losers. There are only winners and learners. So if you don't know how to do something, thank God we have this community, because we've got a group of people who are all talented and all skillful and expertise in certain areas. We can all help each other. Just ask. And so if you imagine, on the next slide, Jonah, for example, and the problem is, if you do not expand yourself, if you do not grow as a person and learn to tackle the problem, you will just shrivel back into your comfort zone. You say, "Oh, I'm not going to deal with that." You procrastinate. You don't work towards your success. You just fall back into that circle. But the problem with that is, sooner or later, you will find on the other side of the circle there's another problem, a similar kind of problem. So it may not be a website problem. In my example, it could be another technical problem, as in creating a Hangout or creating a Facebook page or even creating content, whatever it is. I mean, if you do not grow as a person, you find on the other side of the circle there's another problem, and then bam, you hit onto your boundary of limitation, and then you fall right back into comfort zone. And that's the problem if you do not grow as a person. Thanks, Jonathan. So really the key is if you expand yourself, the key is keep learning and to grow as a person. You will see on my Facebook page that I just posted up a picture of 2 new books that I bought, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the 4-Hour Work Week, recommended by Jenny. Basically, I am a reader. I read a lot, and that's because I learn. I like to learn. Anything I don't know, I learn. So whether it's financial success, whether it's a relationship, whether it's even when it comes to physical, like to have a physical body. You know, I know I need to go to the gym and work out, but there are, you know, everyone's different. But there are always things you can learn from someone else who's already been there, done that, because they can give you the shortcut. And so the moment you break through your boundary, but the moment you break through that comfort zone of yours and you learn, you will find that you'll be able to tackle all the problems. You see, because your circle, like in a diagram, it grows, it becomes bigger. Because you become such a bigger person, you become such a more capable person that you even if you see the green cross, that represents a new problem, a new similar problem within your reach, and you will be able to tackle that without a problem.
I just want to touch base on this one.
Yeah, sure. Go for it, Jonathan.
Recently, as some of you guys know me already, recently, well, the weekend actually, I've completed the Spartan race. Now, I've never done such type of race before. It was like obstacle 13 kilometers, so it was about 8.5 miles obstacle course. Now, I've completed that over the weekend, just with 2 months of proper training, or 2 months of what Martin calls it damage limitation training, which was just body conditioning. Of 2 months of that really to won't suffer as much. Now that's a big breakthrough for me because I've never done a 8.5 mile run or obstacle course before. So until you reach out there and be uncomfortable, you will never know what you're comfortable with or where you need to grow stronger. I never done any physical challenges like this before. This is my first ever one. I wasn't in too much pain, I would say. Probably thank you to Martin's damage limitation conditioning training. But either way, it was something that I achieved, and it was a huge breakthrough for me physically and mentality as well, because there was a lot of moments where a lot of obstacles were stuck in the mud, or we couldn't climb these walls. We need to crawl through mud, swamp, I don't know, climbing through walls and climbing ropes. There's a lot of things that just your body just says, I'm so tired, I can't do it. But your body or your mind that you really want to complete this course, that you just say, yes, I can do it. I will break through, and I will keep going until I make it. That is the mindset that you should have for anything in life. In terms of reading a book, you should, once you start it, you should finish it. Once you start a project, you should finish it. These things, unless you really don't want to start the project, then it's not worth starting at all. Well
done, Johnny. Yeah, I was very proud that when he told me he was signing up for the Spartan race, I was thinking, what, really? I was shocked. I was like, are you even fit enough? And he did it, and I'm proud of him. That is an example. That is a great example of Jonathan breaking through his comfort zone and breaking through his limitation and expanding himself to tackle in a new problem in life. And how do you feel, Jonathan? How do you feel, Jono?
Amazing, awesome. Huge shout out to Martin, by the way, thanks for training me for the 2 months. I'm sure it's been hard work.
So Yeah, so as you can see, as you expand as a person, as the moment you grow and you learn something new and you've achieved something and you break through, that is great reward. That's a great sense of reward you will get, and a great sense of achievement, and you will feel so amazing. You will feel so awesome, and that is, like Jennings say, that is very that Nina did the Spartan race, and she completed it. So that's well done to you, Nina, and your kids can definitely look up to you now as a super mummy. So that is awesome. Yeah, and so really, you see, there is no such thing as problems. The way me and Jonathan see it, there's no such thing as problems, because problems, everyone has different problems in life, and your problem to someone else might seem like nothing at all, and but vice versa, because the meaning of the word problem really is to throw forth, and what that really means is for us to throw forth and expand and grow as a person. And that is really the purpose of having a problem. That is why God, if I may use the word God, whether you believe in or a higher conscience, throw us into problems in life. I always believe that things in life don't happen to you; they happen for you, and they happen for you at the right time so that you can grow. And I always believe that what God puts in front of me, these are all challenges that I must overcome, and He will not melt me down in a way that it will break me, but make me as a strong person. That is what I believe. And if you can have that kind of belief as well, if you can have that kind of mindset, then you will definitely succeed in life. And so it's all about changing your entire belief on what problem really is. So see it as a challenge, because we all love challenges. Because okay, if you say okay, solving a problem, yeah, that's all right. You feel good. If you can solve a problem, you feel very intelligent. But if you can take on a challenge, now that is very inspirational. A challenge like the Spartan race, for example, or a challenge like becoming an authority figure, a challenge to accomplish something that people think is impossible. That is very inspirational. That is something you can use as a success story to encourage the rest of us. And so I encourage everyone to start thinking of your problem as challenges in life rather than a problem. So really the key is grow as a person and become bigger than a problem. And if we so if we move on to the next topic, and really is like, what do you do when you're lost in life? Again, it all comes down to knowing where you want to go. If you haven't read my blog, just read it later on. I kind of touched base on that before, but it's really about knowing where you want to go, because you can't progress and you can't move on in life if you do not know where you want to go. Even if I give you a map of the world right now, and you say you want to go on a holiday, great. Where do you want to go on holiday? And you say you don't know. Well, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. But if you say you want to go China, then fine, we can find a route for you. So knowing where you want to go in life is very important. And if you haven't done that, take some time to sit down, write down your goals in life and what you want to really achieve in life. And then once you've got that, you find a map and you find a compass. And really, what a map is a plan, a strategic plan that shows you exactly how to get there. And your compass is the guide. Your compass is really people, the right people. Having the right compass is really having the right people in your life to guide you. And I don't mean just getting advice from any people. I don't mean getting advice from your friends and family who has never been there, done that. I mean actually getting advices from people who's gotten the results, or listen to other mentors that you can find on YouTube. People like Tony Robbins, they've got great plans, they've got great tools that you can use. And these are good compasses that you can use to show you how to get to where you want to go in life. You can look for signs. Signs are basically representations of opportunities in life. I will give you a quick story about a friend of mine he's very depressed, he's jobless, and he doesn't know what he wants in life. He really does not know what he wants in life. He says he wants to start with getting employed first. So he wants to. He's always working in a Chinese takeaway in his life, and he says he wants to start working for a proper company or get into the Western world and get into the payroll system. And I said, fine. No, all you need to do is write up a CV. Start with writing up a CV, and then start looking, and then we can help you. And one of my friends offered to help him. He didn't turn up on that day. He offered again. He said, all right, come today, and then I can only do today, and come, I'll help you sort out your CV. He came. He turned up, but then he said, I can only stay for 2 hours because I promised my mates that I need to go football. He wasn't. How serious can you be? This is your life we're talking about, and you say you want to go hang out with your friend and play football, and you say you only got 2 hours. We're not going to get it done, and so it didn't happen. He didn't get the help he needed. And when I heard of this, I told him, look, I will help you. Because I happen to have a week off that week, right? And I offered him my time. I offered him, look, I can help you do your CV. I can help mentor you. I can help guide you in life and find out what you want in life. I can help encourage you, and I can just, if you just want to find a job, fine. I can help you do your CV and everything. Just come on. Just give me a call. I'm free the whole week. Give me a call, and then I come over. I did not even hear from him on that week. And that just goes to show how some people in life just don't take things seriously enough. They take things for granted. And these are opportunities. These, how often do you get a friend offering you help? How often do you get opportunities coming to you and you grab them by the neck? The thing is, they come every day. Opportunities is always around us, but we don't see them. We don't see the signs, and we ignore the signs, or we don't even follow the signs that we see. In this case of example, my friend didn't even bother turning up. He simply missed out because he took things for granted. And so I won't be offering my help for him anytime soon. He knows that already, and I hope he can learn something from that. Ask the right people for direction. Really, that's all it takes. Just ask the right people. Don't you would not ask someone who doesn't have a business himself to give you advices on how to set up a business, because it's going to fail. He won't be able to give you the right advice. So find the right people in life. Create a future vision. This is the how bit. I mean, if you want to climb a mountain, you don't say I want to go there. You say I've already been there. The power of this is because it's all. If you never try this for once. Test it on yourself. Test it on something small. If you want to achieve something, or if you want something to happen, it's always better to work backwards. So think. So what I mean is, think of it as you've already achieved it. Think to yourself that if it's a healthy body you want, think of it as you've already got a healthy body and live it, because it's always easier to work backwards and plan back how you're going to get there. And that is called the power of using the power. That is called using the power of hindsight, which is looking backwards, because looking backwards is much easier than looking forward. If you haven't tried, it's not very. I don't think I'm explaining this well enough, but you can. I can only say give it a try. Because, I always do this. We always do this. Me and Jonathan. We always think backwards. Next slide. Back to Jonathan. And the next thing you can do is the most. I think this is the most powerful thing you can do is gratitude. Be grateful. Be very, very grateful of what you already have in life, because that is the only thing that will keep you happy. Many people I know, especially people like my dad, he is never happy. My dad is a very depressed person. He is never happy, and that's because he's the kind of person that believes he can only be happy once he achieves something, or once something is set. Once something is met, once his expectation is met, then he can be happy. But that is not the way to live, because if that's the case, because we are always growing as a human being, and we always have different goals. And once we've achieved a goal, we will always want another goal. And if you're never happy until you achieve that goal, you're never going to be happy, because you achieve one goal, which you'll be happy for a moment, and then now you're going to work towards your next goal. You won't be happy again. So that is not the way forward. The most powerful thing you can do is be grateful of what you already have, and then carry on working towards what you want in the future. And the best thing, the best way to do that is picture yourself that you've already got what you achieved. Whatever you want to achieve in life, just be grateful and think of it as you've already achieved it, and be grateful and write it down. Write it down as if you've already achieved it. So I would normally write down, I am grateful for having an abundant life, and I am grateful for being wealthy. I am grateful for being financially free. That is one thing I do, and I know it will come true because I'm grateful for it and I'm working towards that goal, and that is what's keeping me happy and keeping me striving forward. Next slide. Stay positive. Tina knows that I'm a very positive person. I'm never negative. And this is no hocus pocus thing. It's not an optimistic kind of thing, because it's negative people will drag you down, and if you're negative yourself, you will drag yourself down. And if you're always negative, that becomes a habit. Negativity is a habit. Positivity is also a habit. That's all it is. It's not just a way of thinking, it's a way of habit. It's a way of your reality. If you're a positive person, or some of you might think that, oh, I can never be positive all the time. I'm just negative. That's the way I am. That's not true. You're only the way you are because you've created this habit, and that is why a lot of people can't get out of being negative, because they're always, critics will always be critics. People who criticize will always criticize. Have you ever noticed that? If you think back to the people who criticize a lot, they always criticize. It's always the same people who make a bad comment about someone else, even if it's something irrelevant to them. Even if it's something that, I'll give you an example. When I published my book and when I released it on Facebook, a particular person commented on my book saying, "Who the hell would read this shit?" I mean, well, maybe you won't read the shit. Maybe you might think it's shit, but how do you know it's shit if you haven't even read it? And in actual fact, a lot of people has given positive review and positive feedback on my book, but only he gave me that comment, and I wasn't even upset or anything, but I just knew straight away that he was a critic. He was the type of person, and I knew. And how do I know? Because I actually went into his Facebook page and I saw a lot of negativities in his feed, and he was the complainer. So a complainer will always complain. A critic will always criticize someone else, even if it's irrelevant to them, even if they don't know that person. And so you do not want to be that kind of person, and that is a habit. That is the problem with negativity. You want to build a positive habit on yourself, so that you can always be positive, and then and the good thing about being a positive person is that you will always shine that positivity on someone else. It's very, very what's that word? Is infectious. Being positive is very infectious. If you're a positive person, the people around you will love being around you. And I can only hope that everyone here in this group is a positive person, because we don't want any negative monkeys in here, do we?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people on my Facebook is probably aware of my everyday posting of positivity or motivation or achieving success quotes. Now, I don't do these quotes because, well, actually, I do love doing these quotes because it helps me stay positive, but it also helps others and drags others off the ground. I had a friend who is a detailer, and he does detailing from like morning till night, and he keeps saying to me, "Jono, keep up with the good work on the quote posting, because every day I wake up I see your quote and I lift myself back up. Despite what complaints I get from the customers about the detailing and any problems that I get, I look at your quotes and I just become much better. I become fresher, I become more positive, I look at things differently." because it just helps. You know, things like that. You know, I don't. It's good that it's helping other people, but I do it because it helps myself stay clear of my goal and my mindset each day. The way you wake up and you set your day will make you, would make it different throughout the day. If you start off the day really negative, your whole day will probably be really negative. You know, you'll probably tip tea over the keyboard, trip over something, you probably, I don't know, walk into people, you drop things, you make mistakes on work.
Exactly. As Jonathan say,
really bad day, and you go, what's going on? Why is everything happening so badly? It's because you set your, the tone of your day really negative, and that's why it's happening. And the more you notice these things, it just happens that you pick up these things because everything's going wrong that day.
Yeah.
So that's why I set my day every morning, before I go to work. I'll listen to 10-15 minutes of motivational quotes. I don't know. Maybe people, working out or just gym things that make you, or quotes that make you positive, and this energy. You need this energy to help you go through the rest of the day. And pretty much my energy stays throughout from morning till I crash out bed. That's when I rest.
Yeah.
But from when I start in the morning, that's the most important part because that sets the tone of the rest of the day.
So Nina asked, how do I avoid negativity? So really, you can't avoid negativity because it will always be around you. But like Jonathan said, the one thing you can do is start positive. Start fresh in the morning, which is why I always post the positive feeds in my Facebook feed, and Jonathan do the same. And read positive stuff. Read positive quotes and start your day fresh. Listen to some positive tapes, and start your day positively, and then that will keep you going for as long as the day will carry you. And just if a negativity comes back, if there's negativity around you, you just accept it. Like Martin said, you just have to accept it and just ignore it. Ignore it. It's about surrounding yourself with more positivity than negativity. That is the key.
You can't not avoid negativity, but you can always turn it around and turn it into positive.
Yeah.
That is more advanced than what normal people would normally think of it as. But you can actually flip negativity into positivity.
That's
you
right.
Probably have your managers probably go, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you did that wrong. Okay, I did things wrong. But you could always say, or ask, how could I do that better? Is there a way I can improve from making that mistake again? What's the best practice for doing this? There's a lot of things that you could turn negativity into positivity.
Yeah, and just don't hang around with negative people. Like these days, Duncan says, just don't hang around with negative people. And if you know someone who's really, really, really bad, and they're not providing value in your life, and all they do is suck your energy and drain the energy from you, well, if they're your family members, I'd say try not to see them so often. If they're just acquaintances or friends that you don't really keep in touch with, unfriend them. Like Jennings say, unfriend them. I've done it. I have unfriended a lot of emotional people, a lot of negative people, a lot of victim-minded people, and especially people who drag me down. Same. I have unfriended them. That is the only thing you can do. Sometimes it's better that way. It's better for your life. But if it's your family member, there isn't much you can do. Just don't associate with them too much. Love them, just don't associate yourself with them. Like I'm surrounded by a negative dad 24/7. I just don't talk to him. I do my own thing. He does his own thing. We eat together. We talk. We chit chat together. Everything's on a surface level, and that is it. And the moment he starts spouting any negative nonsense, I eat quickly and I leave. That is the only thing you can do. Love them, just don't associate yourself with them. And when you build, that comes to another reason why we're doing this hangout, because we want positive people. We want more positive people in our life who can support us. And as Gandhi would say, a few dirty drops of water won't make your entire ocean dirty. So a few drops of negativity isn't going to affect you if you build up this habit of having a positive mind and staying positive. And you do that by expanding your reality, by growing yourself, by learning from other people, and through just expand your mindset, grow your mindset, and just stay positive. And when you can do that, you will find that a lot of opportunities will naturally come to you. You will train yourself to see opportunities that you never saw before, and I can prove that because I can prove that as a witness. I thought that's had happened to me. I've seen so many opportunities in my life for the past 3 years than I ever did for the past 25 years of my life.
Okay, let's do the next then.
Yeah. So another way like Jonathan saying, another way to avoid negativity is to change it into a positive meaning. So give it a different meaning. What does it mean to you? At the end of the day, you know, because at the end of the day, you can't control what happens in your life. You can't control the events. The only thing you can control is what you interpret it to be. You can only control what it means to you. So our friend's death is an example. Where, when our friend passed away, you know, everyone was very sad, and we were all sad, and a lot of people just you know, a lot of people when people die, when people who are close to them dies, they're in grief. They ask God, they blame God, why did this have to happen, and you know, why did good people have to commit suicide? Why did good people have to die? At the same time, but at that same time, the way me and Jonathan think was we switched it around. What did that mean to us? It means we need to start this hangout. That's what it means to us. To us, it means we need to do something to stop, to prevent any more of this bullshit from happening. And that's what we turn the meaning around. And when you give shit that happens, if life throws shit at you, you know, if life gives you a lemon, you take a shot of tequila. That's what you do. You know, if life throws shit at you, you turn that shit into gold. You just have to change the meaning of it, of how what do you think? What does it mean? You know, if something bad happens to you, what does it mean? Can I learn from this? Can I actually learn from this? Can I actually do something about this? Can I use this to help me become a better person? And that itself will change all your belief in you know, that's so like problems. When life throws problems at you, you just change the meaning, and it doesn't become a problem anymore. It might even become an opportunity in life. And
last slide.
The last slide, and it just comes down to the last point, and this is what, rather than a takeaway point, this is what I want everyone to have a think about after the hangout, and that is, what do you think your purpose is? What is your sense of purpose? Do you know what you want in life? What's driving you? Do you know what's driving you? Do you go on or do you just go on autopilot every day? Now, what is your must in life? What I would like is for you guys to think about this, because we want to discuss it. We want to make this a discussion, our next discussion on our next hangout. So it won't just be us two talking. It'll be everyone sharing. I'm sure a few of you would already know what your purpose in life is. I'm sure a few of you here would already have a goal and working towards that goal in life. But what we want is more of you to voice out and to share in this group, so that we can all learn from you. You know, we want it to be not just a Ick and John or hangout. We want it to be a hangout for all of us. We want everyone who's got a success story to share their success story. Everyone who's got a purpose in life, share it. So it's just something. And for those of you who don't, I would like to encourage you to write these down and think about it over the next month. Be very clear on what you want to achieve in life, because what you want to achieve, we may be able to, some of us may be able to guide you. Yeah, this is the last slide I want you guys to think about and to take away. And because, like I say, if you don't want to be lost in life, you've got to have a purpose. And we'll end it like that. And I really hope that was useful to you all. And if it is, let us know. If we did a terrible job, let us know. Or if there's something we can improve on, let us know. Whatever, we accept criticism. All right. Unlike other people out there, we accept criticism. If we did a shitty job, let us know as well. And that's feedback to us. We want to know what we can improve on next time. But I truly hope that has been helpful to all of you, because I want to show that we are sincere and that we actually care about you guys, and we want to grow this community. We really do want to grow this community into a bigger community where everyone can help each other and share their stories, and just really become a community where we can find the right people to talk to, and with a higher purpose. The higher goal for this really is so that we can find even further business partners. Me and Jonathan is always looking to start new ventures as well. We would like to, but we won't just start businesses and ventures with anyone. We want to make sure they've got the same mindset that we do. People who's going towards the same goal. People who are not negative and people who are not monkeys. So I encourage you all to join us on the next Hangout section next month as well, and do invite your friends and families. If you know, like for example, the story we both shared about our friends, if you know anyone who needs this Hangout, if you know people who we can help, you know, that this Hangout can help. If you, I encourage you to invite them on our next Hangout. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It didn't it didn't go according to how we structured it, but I hope it all turned out all right. And we really wanted to end the presentation. We wanted to end this Hangout with us doing a bit of relationship building, but because we can't talk, because none of you lot can talk, that I don't think that can happen. But we for the next Hangout, what we will do is we will end the Hangout with some relationship building. So just us lot discussing on things we just talk about things we want to talk about and just build some relationship. Does that sound cool?
Sorry if I'm not smiling. I'm thinking at the moment. It's a lot of things to think about for next time. I'm trying to think of what solution I have to make everyone interact with each other, because this didn't go according to what we wanted it to happen. It might be a good way because we just adapted to what happened. So, thank you guys for staying up so late with us. Didn't mean to drag it on for so long. Usually, we thought it was only about an hour, but we had more content and value to share with you guys than expected. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I hope you guys also took away a lot of things to think about in life, what your goals and purposes are. Just hope you guys keep going. Join us for the next one if you're available. Definitely be nice to see you guys again. So thank you very much. I hope to see you guys soon. If you guys want to talk to me personally, I'm sure you all have my personal contact. So, you know, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, so I'll just finish by saying thank you again all for joining us tonight. I really hope you can make it to the next Hangout and invite more people, and let's grow this community together. So good night all.
Alright, now we have to figure out how to close this.
Yeah. I think they get a bit of delay here, so
We'll wait for them.
We're just gonna stay here, not say anything, and wait for you lot to just finish talking to each other. I would probably recommend you all maybe post in the chat box your Facebook identity, your Facebook name, so that everyone else can, or even better, if you guys join the event bit on Facebook and just post on the event that you...
Questions, actually, yeah. Any questions you guys have for us that you probably want us to answer? Yeah.
So just post on Facebook or post here of your Facebook identity and just add each other on Facebook, become friends, and then any questions you have, throw it to us, email us, or put it in that Facebook event bit, and then we'll tackle that next time as well.
I'll probably set up a Facebook group for this community, so then you can talk to each other or share things like the BBC group, similar to that, but instead we're keeping a more smaller group, so peers only of monkeys.
Why don't we create our limit break lifestyle group in Facebook? Just create a group and then add people there.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So we add the people who's so what Jonathan will do is he'll create a Facebook group. He'll add the guys who joined us tonight, and then we can keep in touch there. And so we'll just, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask now if you want. Otherwise, we'll just wait for you all to slowly log off one by one. And of course, good night.